Hey guys, welcome back. Yasin here. Let's dive in real quick. Sorry for the late. Let's dive into some indexes. Alright, last time I mentioned that we're gonna have some weakness. Last week was right in here, Friday. I said that the Nasdaq and a couple indexes except the Dow Jones 20 transport that it has some strength to it. Except the other ones that they will show some weakness. We had that, and right from here we dropped right below the 50 and we hang up right in there. These are the lines that I drew last time, and I said that we might see some bounces, and I said I won't turn bullish actually until I see some reverse, as far as candle, as far as jumping right above the 21 and the 50. And actually, that's most of the professional traders. That's what they're waiting for. At least follow day through and then jump in right above it. So what I mean by that is we have support right in here, and then right now we just trade in right below it. This is what I drew last time, and I said we might have some bounce areas right in here. So the action that I'm looking at right now. Even though we did actually drop below the 50, I can see some strength into this. If you notice here, we dropped right below the 50, below the low of these 2 days, Mondays and Wednesdays. We kind of filled this gap over here, right in here, and then but the close. And actually, that's what matters to me the most. It doesn't matter how they trade them during the day, but how they close them. They close right on the almost like not below these low ranges in here, these low candles. So we traded below, and then we came right back. We closed, and next day we close even higher. That's some type of positiveness to it. But I'm still waiting for the market to close above the 50 at least, because I'm looking at the 50 right now and the 21, and they look like as a resistance to me. So I'm waiting for them to close at least above him, and then jump in right above these resistance right in here, and then I will turn a little bit more positive and bullish toward the indexes. That's the Dow Jones 30, Dow Jones 20. We mentioned last time that it was like it's trading in its own world, almost like so no correction to it. Let's put it on the weekly, see what's happening. Weekly, we said I remember last time I said we were a little bit extended and we had this doji reversal. We might see some lower prices. So we tested this 8 EMA, almost like a 50, I would say, almost like a 50. We tested and we closed on the upper half of the candle, which is again positive. If I see some more hanging right on in here, right on the going some sideways action, that will be again another positive. Trading below the lower half, we're talking about this candle right in here. Trading below this, the next to the low of this candle, will be a kind of some type of bearishness to it. Again, that's a positive. I wouldn't be surprised if I see some either like breaking all-time high or sideways action. I'm leaning toward more sideways action, but we'll see. We're not gonna predict anything. Nasdaq, we said last time, I even tweeted about it. I said we might have. Let's put it back on the. This is what I drew last time. I said I won't be surprised if I see another retest of this low in here. If I pull this on the hourly, you will see what's happening. Look at that. We kind of had this drop, and then we've been trading into a range. So this is, even though, like I said, on the Dow Jones 30, that there is some positiveness, it's the same thing showing up in here. We have that 50 acting as a resistance. And then it will be better to close above the 50 and the 21. That will bring a lot of people back to the market. And until then, we'll wait and see what's happening. But so far, I put it back on the 4 hour, or I think the 1 hour is way better. yeah, we've been trading to a range. So let's break above here, and then let's see what the market decided to do. Sometimes when you just keep looking at this chart, man, you will see some amazing stuff. Look at that. If I take these outs, sometimes let's see, we had this trend line in here, and then it came right up here. We broke it. So yeah, the 50, the 21, and this trend line will act as a resistance. And look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Back to the S&P 500, almost the same thing. We kind of broke below these two candles, but we closed on the mid half here, and then we closed even better on Friday. Looking at it on the weekly, that's beautiful on the weekly. I like to see that. That's a positive to me, but still it won't be confirmed until we close above the 50 and the 21. Nothing more, nothing less. You can see it. You can see that in here, and you can see this blue line. It was, since the drop, we've been digesting sideways in here. We dropped, now it's acting support, is acting now as resistance. Okay, nothing magic to it. It's just basic stuff. All right, let's dive into some FANG stock. First of all, Nvidia. Markets actually dropped more than this. Nvidia didn't, and we said last time it's still holding its 50. Again, that's a sign of strength. Looking at it on the weekly, nothing wrong with the stock. Nothing wrong with it. Still holding up well. Square, we said Square actually was one of the two stocks last time that we said it's behaving way better and stronger than any other stocks out there. It's holding its 50. Still, we were right here last time. Yeah, we traded another 5 days. We even rebound even back better, and now we're trading on the mid half of this range right in here. Again, strong, nothing wrong with it. Facebook, sideways, nothing wrong with it. If we go back to the weekly, yeah, rebound touching that 21 on the weekly. I wouldn't say not much about it. It's still below the 50. Netflix, same thing. I'm not gonna say the same thing. Below the 50, it's still weak. Baba, we said it's a little bit better. It bounced over this 50 here. It went below it, but we closed on above it. Same thing. You had this range in here. Let them digest. MasterCard and Visa acting a little bit weak. Below the 50. Let them claim back the 50 and the 21. Google, it's the worst one in the jungle, acting really weak. Yeah, it's even below the 21 on the below the 21 on the weekly. It's even worse. Logi, this is one of the stocks I'm watching. It's not on the FANG stock. Last time I said. What I want to see is you can see here, we talked about it last Friday. It was on this candle, and I said we have a gap in here. What I would like to see is fill that gap, and I said let's put it on the hourly. The picture will look a lot better. I said most of them, if they're weak, they will fill this gap and they will reverse. This one actually sometimes it did that and kind of reversed, but it still held its ground. It's still not too bearish on it. I would like to see it close above the high of this breakdown candle, and then real fill up of the price. I want to see the price come in right in here, and then trading into a range in here for a little bit, right in here. And then the stock will tell me that it wants to push higher. It's still not too. It's still holding its 50. Did it close below the 50? Yeah, exactly. Closing. It did close above the 50. Above the 50 and above the 21. Even though it's a red candle, which is still strong. PayPal. Let's see what's PayPal doing. PayPal below the 50. 21 is resistance to it. Let it do its thing. Same like all the other stocks. Microsoft, same thing. You got the 50 and you got mostly it's the 50 and 21 acting as resistance, and everybody's watching those lines. We jump above them, more bullishness. We stay below them, not a good sign. Apple tried to claim the 50. Let's look at it in weekly. I like to see the weekly. It's much stronger and a sign. If once we close above the 8 on the weekly, that's much more better. I can see this as a positive sign. Let's see, we closed here the previous week at 106. Look at it, look, close at 106.84. We opened this week at the low 104. We closed right in here. I mean, we opened right in here, and we opened lower and we closed higher. That's strength. That is strength. And this actually candle can act as a resistance. Closing below that candle, man, that's not good. Keep that in mind. What else? Tesla is the last one bouncing. That's what attracted me last time when I looked at it after we closed. It bounced right on the 50. Regardless of what they say, battery day meeting, blah blah blah, and I don't care. I just want to see what the stock is doing and how the stock is behaving. Last time I said it's better, acting better. It's same as Baba, same as Square. These are the three ones that catch my eye. It's in no man's land. We are digesting. Nothing wrong with the stock. Look at it on the weekly. Nothing wrong with it. And that's it. Let's see some stocks that some of you guys requested. Not that many, only 2 of you guys requested. Which ones? I think it was let's see. It was TDOC. I'll be glad to talk about them. If you guys have any, last time, every Friday, if you can submit. I'm on Twitter and I'm on StockTwits. If you guys want to tell me what you want me to talk about during the week, I'll be happy to mention it. What am I looking at in here? Let's see. TDOC. Let's take this stuff out. It's in no man's land, to be honest with you. Below, oh, actually, it's not below the 50. Actually, it did. Broke above the 50 here, came back down, and then broke again. It's in digestion mode. That's what I would say. I like to look at the weekly. Look at it right in here. We had this run in here, and then right now we just digesting. So I like you to see the big picture. It's in no man's land. I wouldn't jump on it right now. I would like to see. I would like for the chart to set up more. It's flat base, sorry, and we'll see probably a break above the highs. I don't have to wait until it breaks above the 253. Stock will show you strength if it start right if it's started close right above that 239 level. It will do it on an hourly basis. It will start closing on an hourly basis, and then after that, it will start doing it on a 4-hour and then on a daily basis. So yeah, it's in no man's land. I don't like to trade them when they're on no man's land. You would rather have your money on some other stocks that breaking out. Actually, they are, and I'll show you some right now. Yeah, right now I'll just leave it alone, let it set up, let it do its thing, and then wait for it. There's over 7,000 stocks out there. You get it is a leader, to be honest with you. It was. I just didn't like much of it back here. It was too choppy for me. That's why I didn't jump on it. It was way too choppy, man. You just like how it's always behaving, like right on these moving averages. Like, man, it will chop you real bad. So he wasn't really clean as far as LVGO. LVGO last time it was really good. If you were watching the market closely, man, back in this area, it would have been a lot better. So look at the chart as far as LVGO comparing to TDOC. So it was clean, barely. We kind of shake out some people here. They did on a 21, close right above it. And then we held that 21, man, until barely right in here. And then we kind of like closing above the 21. I notice from my understanding, once the stock start closing below the 20, man, that's like a sign that it wants to digest more. And actually that's what happened. We did close in here, and then after that we just went sideways. It wants to break above above here, which is a good sign. I want you to watch. Yeah, if you would ask me TDOC or LVGO, I would watch more LVGO right now than TDOC. Yeah, so that was my take on TDOC, man. Just in no man's land. I would wait for it at least to break on the hourly basis above 239, and then we might look at it. If like we have a support here, if you want to jump in early, but that's not my style. I don't like to jump on it in here. Next one, it was FSLY. I looked at it. It's trading into a range. This is your range, and that I wouldn't even. Yeah, this is like a high in here, but my chart is acting up again. Sorry. FSLY, it's acting up on. It's in no man's land. Start showing some signs of bullishness. Look at that volume coming in here. It wants to move a little more higher. It's same thing as far as TDOC, but you gotta be aware of this gap in here. So here's the deal. Sometimes stocks will go run like right above they will fill up the candle. They will fill up the gap, and they will go straight up here, and then they might even close higher. I'm not a fan of that, of following chasing the stock once it goes straight from here all the way to here. I don't like that. I like to see the stock moving. And hypothetically, in a perfect good case, I would like to see this one going up here, fill up this gap. You have a resistance here, which is this blue line. Fill up the gap, either come back or just move sideways, or come back here, retest it, come back, and then challenge these highs in here, because there are so many traders out there that are watching these levels right in here. So even if you buy it now, if you have any position right now, I would say what I would do, I would just take some profit right below these levels, right even before, not to the dot, but right before it fills that gap. You could sell half. That's what I would do again. Me, if I have a position right now, I would take some profit right when filling up the gap, and then wait, hold on the other half, and see what he wants to do. If it's coming back here, it depends on where you bought it. I'll break even. That will show you some weakness if it does come back to this area right in here, into this range. Otherwise, if it's strong, it wants to close. If it wants to go higher, it will actually stay above here, and then it will break higher, and then you can even add. So that's how I will look at it. So let's look at it on a weekly, see what's happening. Yeah, trading to a range. It wants to digest. If it was weak, it would have dropped below, closing below on a weekly, right like it did here. It did close below the 8 on the weekly, but actually reverse back and claim it back. Again, that's positiveness, that's bullishness. So you can wait for it until it breaks, or if you have position, yeah, just like I said before. These are the stock that I just received. I want to show you guys some of the good stocks that I'm watching, so give you a clue on what's happening out there. Let's see, which one are they? Bear with me here. I did some research yesterday, and I found out we have PTON. Look at that stock. Look at it on the weekly. I like the weekly way better. It gives me a good clean chart. We have a cup and a handle, waiting for it just to break. We have earnings right on the 3rd, or right on 30th of this month. Next month, I'm sorry. Cup and handle, waiting for it to break. So that's what I'm watching. Look at it on the daily. Pretty, huh? Holding above its all its moving averages. So that's a good sign. That's one. Next one was banned. I might put some charts on Twitter later today. Look at that. Actually, this one actually is actionable. Look at the weekly. Look at these volume bars. We have first pullback, breaking out. We have move. Now we have a second pullback. All right, beautiful. I'm looking at our potential higher prices in here. That's banned. Plan. Look at that. Earnings on the 21st. We are just flagging right in here. waiting to break. Okay, look at it on the daily, moving sideways. You get the idea. What else? One stock's actually I was really curious about. Probably you guys forgot about it. I don't know if somebody's watching it. Guess what it is? Beyond. Well, Beyond. Something really interesting. Really quick. Take the fluff out. Look at it. Have some volume. Beautiful volume bars right here. We're looking at the weekly. Beautiful volume bars. And then we're pulling back. This is the weekly. Pulling back on a dry volume here. Alright. Now we start seeing some pickup in volume right in here. Oh, look at that. I think it will be actionable right above 165. What is this? 167. Give or take. You get the idea. Just keep this in your watch list. So yeah, I looked at the sales. Pretty good. Impressive sales. So something really to watch. Well, actually starting, I don't know, it's just gonna be actionable. I think, anyway, above that blue line there will be, just watch the volume, and then if you jump on it once it breaks, sorry, I would watch the highs of these right to your left at 200, 190s. Take some profit. Never leave any profit in the table, on the table. Another one is NTRA. Look at that. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Well, that's why I said last time, I urge you to go and look for some stocks that are holding above all the moving averages. Look at it in the weekly. Beautiful. We got an A, B, C, D. A to B, B to C, C to D. Look at the volume. Beautiful volume. Look at the relative strength, the blue line down here. Beautiful. This is diagnostic and research. Beautiful. If it have some couple red candles, get some in on a discount. Like I said, if it's a red candle, sometimes if I miss it, and then there is like a red day, like small day in here, inside day, I'll jump on if I'm too late a little bit. But yeah, that day was really good to jump in right on that. What's the price? 65, give or take. What else? B, was it BEP? It was actually a utility stock. I know. Utilities and financials usually they move slow, but I just like to, when I see the charts, almost like a cup and a handle. We had a good, was it this day? No, actually, yeah, a decent volume on this. And this week we went sideways. We were kind of reversed, but we claimed the rain back, and we broke all-time high. This is BEP. This is Brookfield Renewable Partners. So yeah, just give you a couple ideas. Another one, which one? WCN. Look at the weekly. Beautiful, neat, and not much of volatility. Holding. This is bullish side. Usually I see that. If empty wicks and then we fill it right next day or next week, that's bullish. Yeah, so keep that in mind. What else? DKNG. Beautiful action. Let's look at it in the weekly. Beautiful. It might, I don't know what could happen. This usually I've seen when you have big bars like that, I would see like some sideways action 5 weeks, or sometimes even less. It depends on how aggressive the stock is. It was really appealing right when it broke right in here. It gave actually no time just to get in. It was like bam bam bam. What else? Bear with me. There's some good stocks out there. PTON. Beautiful. This is one of the leaders, man. Look at the weekly. Nothing wrong with it. Is it actionable? It's not. I don't like. I prefer long bases. Well, this one not a long base in here, but it's decent here. So you have a sorry. So you have good entry here. You might see it again another entry here once it start breaking. Another one is CRWD CrowdStrike. I jumped on it right in here. Yeah, was it Monday? Yeah, and it did close below the 8, and I kind of I was iffy about it, and I sold it almost like a break even. It's really good. One of the best stocks out there that is holding all their moving averages. Look at it in the weekly, almost like same like PTON. I would watch, if I'm on it, I would watch the high in here to take some profit. That would be, again, just me. If I was going to be looking at those highs. Other than that, man, it's really good. I can see the stock really flying high as long as it holds its moving averages. Look, like I said last time, some stocks, they just break below the 50, and then they keep trading right below them for like days and weeks. Well, this one it did actually, but it claimed it right back. It didn't. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a week, but it's been trending a little higher, and it did claim it from there, man. It didn't even look back. So yeah, that signs like that will show you that whoever's holding this stock, they don't want to. They're liking those prices, and they don't want to sell too much of it. Yeah, great sales as far as when I looked at the fundamentals. Yeah, good ones. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you got some value on it. Give it a like, subscribe as usual. Help me grow the channel, and I see you guys soon. Alrighty, take care. Bye bye.